Meet our friend Steve. Steve owns a t-shirt design company, and before the recession, money was flowing into his business with ease. In fact, if he was ever short on cash, he could always borrow it from a number of banks that were lined up ready to lend it to him. Steve never really bothered himself with thinking of innovative ways to cut costs. And why would he? Times were good. Until recession came along. Recession is mean and brutal, slowing the money flow down dramatically and eliminating Steve's option of borrowing money. Since Steve is unable to pay his expenses with money coming in, he is left with no choice but to use the profits he had saved up from the good years to keep his businesses open. Steve is faced with two choices. One, he can let recession beat him and go bankrupt. Or two, he can fight recession and cut costs. Steve decides he's going to cut costs and fight recession. Steve has two ways he can cut costs and attack recession: outsource jobs and automate business processes. Steve decides he's going to find jobs that he can outsource. He talks to Joe, the IT manager, who has some good ideas. Joe explains to Steve how he could save money by hiring database entry workers in a country like India instead of the U.S. He tells Steve that he would save money by paying a company that handles this versus paying high U.S. salaries, health insurance, and office expenses. Steve likes Joe's idea and implements it. As you can see, this ends up cutting Steve's IT expenses in half. Steve just struck back at recession for the first time by outsourcing, which ultimately saves him money. Now let's see how Steve will counter recession further, bringing us to automating business processes. Happy with Joe's results, Steve is excited to talk with Sally, who is in charge of customer relations for the company. She proposes that customers should be able to log in to the business's website to get information about their orders instead of calling a representative. Steve likes this idea because he could lower his phone bill, pay less in salaries, and cut his office expenses. Steve gives recession one last blow by automating a section of his businesses, again saving him a good amount of money. Thanks to all the cost cutting, recession is no longer a threat to Steve's business. Unfortunately, some of his competitors did not win the battle against recession and ended up in bankruptcy. Surviving the fight against recession proves Steve is a winner amongst his t-shirt making peers. Just like Steve, you can too cut costs and increase profits in these difficult times. Call Market Raise at 1-888-RAISE-10 and get a free 30-minute consultation.